Hello. Well, unmute you. Gertrude.
Yes, doctor.
We shall wait for Vincent and Vanna to begin the meeting. We have just inboxed to them, but
Okay.
they are saying they are.
Okay, doctor.
Vicent? I can see Vicent is still connecting to the audio and he cannot hear me. Yes, Vicent. Vicent? Vicent? Vicent?
Hello, doctor.
Yes, you are struggling with your audio.
Hello.
Vicent? We are still waiting for Diana to come in, but I'll try to in a box.
Okay.
I don't know why the network is not stable.
I think especially from Vicent's side.
I can hear you well, and you can hear Trudy as well.
All right, that's perfect. We are only missing Diana here. At last we can see Vincent.
Oh, yes. Now I can see you, doctor, and at the same time I can view your screen.
You can also see the PowerPoint.
Yes.
I will now invite everyone to the meeting. Please get to unmute yourself, unmute your video. Gertrude, you will want to unmute your video because you will be presenting in a little while. In the meantime, people can especially Vincent.
Yes, please, doctor.
You can explore a few features of the platform, including the chat room where we can be raising questions. I will just I'll just say hi to everyone, just to get through the get set.
All right. How do I get to the chat room?
How would you get to the chat room?
Because I am using my phone. What I can see on the screen is your PowerPoint and then videos of now Trudy coming in and sometimes Diane, on and off videos of Trudy and Diane.
Sometimes.
Oh, yes.
Sometimes that does happen when the network is fluctuating. But I have just gone to the chat room, so everyone should be able to access the chat room.
Okay.
Of course, the network is unstable.
You're right.
Yes, I'd like to call the meeting to order and invite Gertrude to present to us. Of course, this should be a mock presentation, but just to get started, Gertrude.
Thank you very much, Doctor. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Trudy.
Yes. that is going to take us through various things concerning WhatsApp as we struggle to see how to help our tutors in this period of COVID-19. And the institutional lockdown. So we want to see how to help our tutors with the information on how to use various technologies. Case we have
Doctor,
Yes.
I can't hear from Trudy.
Neither do I. Now that we have said hi to everyone, I think let us unmute the videos and leave the audios on. We can only let Gertrude, so that can save the bandwidth.
All right. After all, even Diana was hiding away from the camera.
Of course, yes.
I hope Diana has heard from you.
Now this is the challenge that we have.
Yes.
Gertrude is off. I think I'll re-admit her once she's back. But let us go ahead with a meeting.
Okay.
In the night, we were talking about, Gertrude and I were trying to figure out how to talk about WhatsApp in our subsequent meetings with tutors. And so we came up with a few things in preparation for her training of the tutors on how to use WhatsApp to support early childhood development teacher trainees learning during COVID.
Yes.
So in this presentation, we shall talk about the problem or the challenge,
Back.
we shall talk about the purpose, the questions, the method, and then the findings to the questions and the conclusion. Now, I think Vincent should be wondering how we conducted this study in the night.
No, I have been online. Finally, I know how you did it. And I've also tried it.
Yes. So, here is the problem. We are saying that the closure of education institutions due to the COVID pandemic is continuing to be a serious problem. Over 10 million students in pre-primary and primary secondary schools and tertiary institutions in Uganda are already out of school, and this is the problem that we are grappling with. Teachers and teacher educators are increasingly being challenged to innovatively support students' learning while students are out of school. I think this is a serious challenge.
It is.
And while we are saying that pedagogically sound use of available low-cost technologies, such as social media, has potential to enhance students' learning out of school. These are the key points that we are making.
Yeah.
That while educators are challenged to find innovative ways of supporting students' learning while students are at home, use of available low-cost technologies such as social media has potential to enhance students' learning. Do we agree to that?
Perfect.
Yes.
So we are saying that teachers, the opportunity that we have is that teachers and students are utilizing available low-cost technologies such as social media, mainly for social networking and informal conversations and for entertainment purposes. We know that.
Very true.
The challenge that we want to address is how do we make use of these available social media applications, the applications with which students are very familiar, the applications with which educators are very familiar. How do we then make them pedagogically, useful in this context? That's the question.
Mm.
So we have two questions that we want to answer. How do teacher educators rate themselves in far as having knowledge of utilizing these technologies at a pedagogical level? Diana, do you understand that question?
Yes.
Because we are saying that teachers and students are already using social media, especially for entertainment purposes and social networking. But we are saying we can use these technologies to support learning during this pandemic. The question is, do teachers have the knowledge to use these technologies in a pedagogically sound manner? Then the other question is, if they do not have enough knowledge, how do we cultivate their knowledge to use these technologies to support students' learning? Do we understand the questions?
Yes.
So what we did is to suggest a mixed methods study. Where we use a survey, we conduct a survey through a self-administered online questionnaire to test tutors' knowledge of using social media applications, especially WhatsApp. And we are targeting about 102 tutors. So we develop a self-administered questionnaire online to test tutors' knowledge of the use of WhatsApp. Are we there?
Yes.
Yes, doctor.
Then I never mind. Okay, so that is the quantitative bit of that data that we want to capture. And we have developed that questionnaire online, which we distributed. You people should have filled the questionnaire by now. Diana, did you complete the questionnaire?
Yes, doctor, I did.
Yes.
I did, doctor.
Diana?
Doctor, I did complete it.
We gave out this questionnaire for you to fill, but we need also a number of our tutors to complete this questionnaire so we know at what extent they have the knowledge of using WhatsApp. Then we shall be conducting an action research through in form of training via Zoom and WhatsApp, where we practically cultivate the tutor's knowledge of using WhatsApp. And this will be in the form of online training on Webnar, Zoom webinar. Vincent, do you understand the logic here?
Exactly.
Diana, do you understand the logic here? Perfect. Yeah, so then we want to share the questionnaire that we developed. I am sure you guys are able to now view the questionnaire that we developed.
Yes, doctor.
Yes.
So this questionnaire, of course, has this background, and then the consent, where someone can choose to agree or not agree, then they go next. It has some background, capturing gender, someone's gender, age bracket, highest qualification, the name of their institution, the location, their general access to ICTs, a range of them. So we have that understanding of which ICTs they access. Then how they access our internet. And then what kind of internet they access, whether office, Wi-Fi, modem, personal etc. The kinds of technologies, whether they to what extent they agree that they are competent in using a range of technologies. etc, etc. Then, unfortunately, I have to complete this, a few questions here to enable me proceed. Diana would put below 30, I think, here.
As if you have not skipped it.
And I think it does stay in the rural. I would say yes, yes, for purposes of demonstration here. Vincent, do you see how we are collecting data?
You are in the field already.
We are already in the field.
Doctor, that is the part G is the part that I had a challenge with. If you have access to ICT.
We are already in the field, but we also are going to encourage a number of our tutors to complete the questionnaire. We have already distributed this. So we have the understanding of the same. Access to technology, I am competent using this.
Diana would put disagree, strongly disagree.
Even the presenter, even my co-presenter herself.
Doctor,
Then next, I think I missed some section here.
Yeah, there, exactly there. Tablet. Yeah.
And maybe here. And maybe where? The rest should be fine. Right. So then after that, we go to testing the tutor's technological knowledge. To what extent they have the technological knowledge to use in using WhatsApp. I know how to solve my own WhatsApp technical problems. What would you say, Diana, here? Number 3, just say 3.
I take it you're a technician.
Diana, unmute your video if you are, unmute your audio if you are, because I can't hear you.
It is not new.
You have muted your audio. Unmute. Okay, for me, I will unmute you. Okay, but let's continue with our form just to demonstrate. and then, and then, and then. Okay. Then we also ask about the tutor's pedagogical knowledge of using WhatsApp. I know how to access students' performance in the class, all these things. All this information. Okay, then the technological and pedagogical knowledge of using WhatsApp. This is to me, the most interesting bit where we want to test whether the tutor has knowledge or technological knowledge and pedagogical knowledge of using WhatsApp to enhance learning. Most likely a number of them will be in these ranges, we predict. They'll be at the levels of 1 and 2, thereabout. Then, something to do with this. Vincent, sorry, I'm not boring you with this, but we want to demonstrate what we want to present in our webinar with the tutors. All right, and then we submit. Okay, so there we go. After we have collected enough data from...
Doctor?
Yes?
Chip in right there. Why did you give them permission to submit another response?
I just did this for our demonstration purposes. Otherwise, I will restrict it after this presentation.
Okay.
Okay. So then thereafter, we can go and see our responses. You see already we have 8 responses from the tutors. Isn't that promising?
It is.
I am sitting under a tree and rain is doing some disturbance, but I'll continue.
Oh. Sorry about that, and I am much worried about the background. Are you safe? Won't you please drown in that kind of, this looks like water behind you.
Yes?
It looks like a water body behind you. Are you safe?
No, I'll teach you about this, how to hide your background. So what I have here is a virtual background.
Okay.
So that we don't see whatever is happening in your room.
Right.
As you present, I can choose to keep on my bed, while for you in the background, you see that I am on the waters. Eh?
True.
Yeah, please. Okay, let's continue here. We see the kind of responses that we have collected from the tutors so far. Okay, Diana, you see the responses so far?
Yes, doctor.
Okay, my network again is fluctuating. Okay, these are some of the responses. We have about 85% males who have responded to the questionnaire. A number of them are in the age bracket of 30 to 40. The highest qualification, these are evenly distributed. Majority of them having bachelor's degree. Then there are institutions, we have gotten responses from areas, East Africa Institute of Learning, Bale ECD, Luigi, St. Francis, Vine and Vibe, and Movix. Majority of these people are from the urban area. Access to ICTs. A number of them have access to the smartphones. You can see this is the highest, and then the printers. We can interpret this data accordingly.
Okay.
Then access to ICTs. A number of them have access to smartphones and tabs. Then access to internet, you can see so many have access to internet via mobile phones.
Yeah.
Diana, that is good practice of having it in the presentation. Yes, but do you see what this means? That most of them have access to internet via phones.
Yes.
And now we begin to see that the tutors' technological knowledge about using WhatsApp, and a number of them are saying 37.5 are saying, what was this? Strongly agree. They have technological, they agree to a big extent that they can solve their own technical WhatsApp problems. And then they can learn how to use WhatsApp easily. Okay. They agree to that. They can keep important updates. You see the challenge here.
Yes.
If you are using a WhatsApp that is out of date, they frequently play around WhatsApp. This is what we already know, but we are confirming. I know about a lot of different WhatsApp features. And then I have technical skills. I need to use WhatsApp. And then we go to pedagogical knowledge. Right? We have, just let it be. Then we have, I can adapt my teaching based upon students' current or something like that, number 9. I can assess students' learning in multiple ways. Now, etc., etc. We shall be informed as information comes by from
the questionnaires.
Okay. So Diana, we know I am having some interferences in the background, but we can keep on. Yeah, so this is the kind of tool that we developed just to test tutors' technological, pedagogical knowledge about utilizing WhatsApp. All right.
Yeah.
Now we want to, after getting what kind of knowledge gaps they have, then we directly go to the training itself. Are we back to the PowerPoint?
Yes.
Yeah. So then we after getting enough information using our survey and discussing the implications of such data, then we go directly to
the
training them, the actual training on a webinar like this. So here we demonstrate how to use WhatsApp in pedagogically sound ways. We show them practically and we train them online. The interesting bit will be that we use a number of features on the webinar to engage them in the actual training. Thereafter, we shall analyze their communication, the artifacts that they have produced online, and then we draw conclusions from such data. And what we shall be looking for is evidence of their technological knowledge, evidence of their pedagogical knowledge of using WhatsApp, and evidence of their acquisition of such knowledge via the webinar, and we shall conclude. For now, we don't have any conclusions to make. Yes, for now, we don't have any conclusions to make because we have raw data and the training has not started. We have, although, already scheduled this kind of training on our webinar. This is just a demonstration webinar for us, but the actual training, I have already created a webinar, a meeting, whose link we are going to circulate after collecting data from the tutors.
Yes.
So that is about that's it about what we did, and this is the kind of way that we want to continue using. I think if we are aiming at cultivating tutors' knowledge of using a number of these tools, this is the way to go. But we need to utilize a very academic approach such as this one.
Very.
So do we have any questions, members? Michael, presenter, do you want to come in? Gertrude?
Yes, Doctor, I want to thank you very much for the presentation.
Yes.
I want to thank you for the presentation, Doctor. My only question is about the previous trainings that I had prepared. Am I presenting that to the team, or we shall first get the data from tutors, and then we see how.
Okay. In the meantime, as I get Gertrude's question, can the rest of us use the chat room to ask a number of questions? Just type out your questions using the chat room. Gertrude, you want to come back again? I didn't understand you.
Doctor, my question, my concern is about the actual training.
Yes.
In your conclusion, you said we shall have the actual training after collecting data from tutors. So I'm just concerned on what we are going to be doing in our Zoom webinar on Thursday next week.
The actual, what we shall be doing in the webinar is to demonstrate to the tutors how to use WhatsApp in a pedagogically sound way. Okay. So then, if you can, let me see.
How to.
Vincent?
Yes, doctor.
I thought you are going to type out questions using the chat room.
I think my network is down. I cannot access the chat room.
It's not about the network. If you can speak, it shows you are not just able to. Okay, but never mind. You can come, ask a few questions.
There were just some features that I cannot access. I've just noticed that when I have maybe full network, I can access several features right on my screen, including the chat room.
Okay.
But when I have instabilities in the network, like now, I can access it. So it comes in and out.
Okay, sure.
But I think speak out my questions.
Sure.
It is connected to Gertrude's, and I don't know how you have responded to Gertrude's concern.
Yes. What we did, I am doing some building in the background, so a lot of noise. Bear with me.
Okay.
I just need to. I just need to show Gertrude what exactly to do in the training, because that the webinar on Thursday will be about demonstrating to tutors how to use WhatsApp. Okay, and if someone could just go to, if you just go to your WhatsApp like this, okay? Yes? All right. So what you will be demonstrating to members is how to use this environment, okay?
Yes.
Yes, doctor.
If you are going to show people that this is how to use WhatsApp, how do we create a WhatsApp group? You demonstrate, okay? How do we use the contact information? How do we select messages? How do we use this in a pedagogically sound way? If you have created groups, for instance, how do we use these features? Okay, so you are demonstrating how to create a group, how to create an online class. So you say, we go to create, add some people, maybe maybe Diana, maybe who do you see that I'm demonstrating?
Yes.
You don't seem to be having this, but then group subject. Now, instead of calling it whatever, give it, if your class is CEC, for instance, CEC 112. Okay? You are showing them how to use WhatsApp in a pedagogically sound way. Those other things that you're talking about, you remember the videos that you are showing, how show to people how we can use WhatsApp for assessment, for teaching, learning, and management. Demonstrate. Does that answer you? Gertrude? Gertrude?
Yes, doctor.
So do you know what exactly to
Yes,
do?
but I am on the screen.
Yes?
I can do it on my phone, but on the laptop. I'm saying.
Yes.
Hello. Yes, I know, doctor. But I don't know how to do it the way you're doing it now.
Yes, but you are the person who is going to teach people how to use WhatsApp.
No, doctor, I know how to use WhatsApp, but sorry?
Her concern is about the sharing of screens.
No, it's not about sharing screens. Screen sharing is just a simple, you just click on share screen, but maybe her problem, her challenge is how to use WhatsApp on a computer. She can do